This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast, this final day of autumn. Beat that to death
so
this
weird.
morning. I know.
So weird to say.
Well, you like to note the passing of the seasons in Canada. So cozy up around the harvest table. Here comes winter.
Get ready. I hope, you know what? I hope it does.
But the winter
I
just
hope
comes
winter
flying.
comes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And then hangs around for 91 days.
Well, it doesn't need, no, it can hang around for 2 weeks.
All right. And then after that,
and then it can go.
just settle the hell down. If you don't mind.
Exactly.
Hi, everybody. It's December the 20th today. We're going to talk a little bit about a viral video I'm in that I have absolutely nothing to do with, and what it means for family at Christmas, I think. We're going to give it the Mark and Charity treatment. Which means we haven't exactly rehearsed this. And for some reason, this podcast is always brought to you by Simple Desk.
Simple Desk in Trenton is your ultimate destination to streamline, market, and strengthen your business's brand. Jenny, the visionary behind Simple Desk, took her commitment to business support a step further by creating BRAZEN, an event for women who dare. After the event's sellout in 2023, get ready for an even bigger and bolder BRAZEN 2024. The full-day experiential event is packed with networking, vendor booths, exciting giveaways, delicious food, and a speakers panel of incredible female entrepreneurs sharing their inspiring stories. Don't miss out on BRAZEN 2024. Mark your calendars for May 31st. Tickets go on sale November 1st. For all the details, visit simpledesk.ca/BRAZEN and be sure to follow BRAZEN on Instagram at BRAZEN Events 1.
So get your tickets for that. In fact, if you know a great entrepreneurial woman, that would be great tickets in a stocking stuffer.
True.
Something like that to send into the business. If you're part of a business association, what a great way to think in terms of helping the local community and the individual. Mm-hmm. Get tickets for that coming up in May. So anyway, my daughter on Instagram, if you know Steph, I think her Instagram handle is StepHinto, StepHinto. Is it Stepinto? Or Stephinto, anyway, on Instagram. She put together a video with footage of Kath and I throughout the years and when she was home during the pandemic and stuff. And it's all behind a gentleman who is narrating this notion that when you move away from home, on average, your parents may live 20 more years together before one of them may go. And if you only go home at Christmas and Easter, that's why it sort of tied in this year. Yeah. And spend maybe only a couple of days. That means you only have about 80 days left in your life with your parents. And that's a shocking low number. And that's what he was saying. So how do you plan to spend those 80 days? And so Steph sent that out because she thought that'd be cool. Now, it's Instagram, so she loves to work on these videos. And she'll send one out, and it'll get like 3,000 or 4,000 likes or shares. And there'll be stuff she's done, like when she was in Turkey and stuff. Never expecting what would happen. As of this morning, it was at 2.2 million views.
Wow.
And it has nothing to do with
Well, what does she tag it with? Like, is it a trend that's on TikTok right now?
That's a great idea. Well, it was an Instagram, but you're right.
Sorry, Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know that. I'm not nearly that in tune with it that I would know that. You have it there?
Because I'm not saying that you and Kath aren't
we're not
trendy people and you
not.
Can't pull in 2.2 million viewers. But my point is, how did 2.2 million people come across your video?
Exactly.
How did they?
Yeah.
And you're right. It is a wonderful video. You want to talk about something that pulls at your heartstrings, especially during the holiday season. And it certainly gets people thinking. And the clips she used are very good clips. It's just, a 15-second video.
If that,
So it doesn't go on, but the clips used show the laughter and the family time and the key moments we all share with our families or parents, if we're lucky enough, through our life. So it really strikes a chord. But I'm curious to know if this is something she just came up with or if it's part of something going on Instagram.
Because I asked her that. I said, how did you find the narrator? And then based on that, decided to make the video. Never got a clear-cut answer. But you're right, though. It must be hashtagged on something very, very well. But what she found, too, and she shared with me last night, I was texting her before I drifted off to sleep, is the almost therapeutic use of that video for people to share how they wish they had more time with their parents. This notion of, now that I see that and I realize, I wish I'd known I had such few days remaining with them. Because you think when you move out, oh, thank goodness, now I'm on my own. But you got used to seeing them every day of your life. How many days do you really have? Now, you're very lucky because you live in the same city, basically, with your parents.
I drive by my parents' place every day.
Every day?
I drive by their house.
You notice when the lights are on.
Well, my dad leaves the lights on, the Christmas lights on overnight, because he knows I drive by in the morning and it's still dark. And as I've shared, my dad, the rule in our house was you don't leave Christmas lights on until Christmas Eve. That's the only time you leave them on overnight. Well, since I started working here in the shift I work, he leaves his Christmas lights on now because he knows.
For you.
For me.
Yeah.
And he has said that. Yes, you're right. I am very lucky that I do get to see my parents fairly regularly, because I can't imagine only seeing them 80 to 100 times after I moved out. I can't. Even during the pandemic, I broke the rules and still went and saw them.
Sure.
And still spent time with them. To stay away from them is just so foreign to me.
And I know the answer to that is when people say, well, how's that possible? Because I continue to live, Steph left here. She now lives in Toronto.
Yeah. So she's not home every weekend or every day. Or
we have family that left home and moved to Edmonton. Never see them. If it wasn't for Zoom,
you'd never see them.
Haven't physically been in a room with them for years. You would go, and that could be your parents. If you went to another country, like a lot of us are second, third, maybe even first generation immigrants from other countries, if we didn't have Zoom, you'd never see them again.
Exactly.
You'd have to fly to go see them. How many more days, if you could add it up, do you think you have with them? Now with the technology, it feels a little bit better, but the sting doesn't go away if you always feel like you never had that chance. But it prompted me to ask you, when you and Wayne were first married, because your family's close by, you never really had that.
We've never spent Christmas just us.
Just the two of you,
no,
ever?
Ever.
Have you ever thought about that? Not that that's like a romantic thing, like everybody
not
go
really.
away.
No, not really.
Because Kath and I had that, and I will think back to that as a wonderful time when we had no money, very few presents, and our families were far away. And I worked Christmas morning so that everybody else in the radio station, I was like 25.
Yep.
We didn't have kids yet. They could all have Christmas morning off. And I think we went to syndicated programming after, or a news guy came in and just played music. It was like, we were not a big radio station that I got started at. And we made chicken. I know we made like shake and bake chicken and fries.
See, I'm envious of that.
And
there will come a day where we will have that time.
Yeah.
But it won't be when we first start out. It'll be after our children move out that we'll have that
you have two
first
boys.
Christmas. And it will break my heart.
Yeah, and they will go to their wives' families because that's the rule.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
You say that.
No,
well,
I do say that. There will be a rule that, fine, if you go this year, guess where you're at next year.
Right.
But there will be, I know there will be that time that will happen. That'll just be Wayne and I, and that will be fine. But no, to this point, like that memory you have of you and Kath, sure, there's a part of me that's very envious of that, because Wayne and I, now, it's not a bad thing. We've just always been around our family.
Sure.
We've always either gone to my parents or his parents or been around our siblings and just had people around.
So what it would literally take then, barring, I don't know, stuff I don't even want to talk about, tragic, but like the boys are gone and married or whatever.
When they have their family.
Massive snowstorm, which prevents anybody from getting anywhere. And now it's just you and Wayne and the cats.
Possibly a dog.
And a dog.
Yeah.
You have to make that a Christmas to remember then.
And I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. It would be like...
It'll be something we remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But technology will allow people to Zoom and be able to get in, so...
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No, I know that.
It's not the same. And that's why I think this video strikes such a chord with people. Because it's not the same than being in the room with the person, people,
right,
and having those moments.
So here we are on the 20th. If you're going to be doing some driving, stats went out that today begins the rush and the driving and how much it's going to go, and it's going to peak, of course, on Christmas Eve. So I am reminded of the snowstorm of Christmas Eve last year.
See, and I totally forgot. Totally forgot. I didn't forget the snowstorm. I forgot that it was Christmas Eve when it happened.
I have pictures on my phone I shared with everybody. Like, look at the trees. Look at the front of our house encased in snow. Look at this front door.
We are so lucky. It didn't even, and that's why I don't remember it being Christmas Eve, because it did not hinder our plans whatsoever, because we're so close to where our family is.
Right, yeah.
It really didn't. We still went to church.
Yeah.
We still made it home. My parents still came over Christmas Eve. We were all together Christmas Day. In fact, two of my brother-in-laws, now this is where it gets a little iffy. They both work for the town. So they did get called out.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't available Christmas morning.
Thank you.
Because they were absolutely. So they put in extra hours and had to work Christmas Day. So it was a little different that way. But again, we were very fortunate in the fact that it didn't hinder our plans. I know it hindered others. I know people were stranded, but there again, there's a memory created, right? Might not be with your immediate family or your loved ones per se, but now you've spent it with these strangers and had this wonderful moment.
Our listener, her son lives just north of Coburg. And was getting ready for his daughter. Now, his daughter was pregnant. Does that sound right?
I think so.
Or am I confusing it with a second story? But he went out to get the plow going.
To clear the driveway. Yeah.
Long laneway. Couldn't see the road. The snow was
just in case. Yeah. He wanted to stay on it.
And when he got to the end of his driveway, he saw cars parked on the road. He didn't know there were cars parked there. Cars didn't know there was a house nearby. They would have frozen to death.
Now, you say parked. I don't know if they were necessarily parked.
You're right. They were just not driving any longer.
Yeah, they were kind of, I think maybe one was even stuck.
Yeah.
I don't think they could get out.
So, I don't know, 3 cars
easily.
4 cars. He brought them inside, like shocked. Like, how long have you been out there?
Yeah, they didn't even know. Yeah, it was so
They didn't know
bad.
there was a house there.
Yeah,
oh my
they didn't
gosh.
know how close they were to someone's house.
And somebody, I believe it was their first time to Canada, they were visiting, were not prepared clothing-wise for winter. And we're in a car.
And that's, I don't think you have to be new to Canada for that, because I caught myself this morning coming to work. I realized, wait a minute, I don't have, because usually I will put in 2 mitts, even throw in my winter boots if I'm not wearing them in the back seat when I come to work. But really anywhere where we drive from now until the snow is gone, just have them with me. And I don't have any of that in my car yet. Yeah. And I thought, oh crap. I need to do this, because it can come on pretty quick. And,
Boy, it can.
And heaven forbid I run out of gas or something happened on the way to work.
Don't even start on me on that. But yeah, 401 was closed from Oshawa to the Quebec border.
It was crazy.
Christmas Day until Boxing Day, I believe, last year.
Yep.
But it looks like that will not be the case this year. It'll be above freezing and rainy for Christmas. So here is your white Christmas today.
And that's why we got out and saw the lights last night.
Yeah. Tell me about it. That was good, right?
It was great. Finally. Yeah. It's way too late. I don't like leaving it this late, but I kept holding out for some snow would happen before we got to see them. But yeah, we came into Jane Forster Park and took a walk around, saw the new light displays, as Councillor Thompson had shared with us that was the case this year. And then we headed over to Trenton. And coming up over the bridge in Trenton, over the waterway, and seeing that park lit up, spectacular. It is just, it's so awesome. And then we hit Frankfurt. We hit Fraser Park in Frankfurt on the way home. And again, there's just, I felt it last night, finally. I just felt some of the holiday season.
For you, who gets going on the 1st of November.
Yes, but it actually felt like it last night, and the kids got into it. Like it was a nice night, and that's kind of what I was hoping for, but waiting for too, was just that togetherness with the kids, which was amazing.
Good. No school's got Spirit Week. What's going on tomorrow then? Tomorrow's Red and Green Day?
Tomorrow's Red and Green Day. Today was the Advent lights.
Okay.
So we went and picked up lights from the dollar store the other day. So they're wearing their lights.
Getting it done.
And then, red and green, and then Pajama Day on Friday. Are we having a Pajama Day on Friday?
Next Wednesday is our Pajama Day, is it not?
So we're not.
We're want to do
I don't know. We could do both.
See, Friday is Christmas gift exchange day.
And we can't be in our pajamas when we exchange
for those
gifts?
pictures, I don't need you wearing pajamas with your ugly cry when you see what I got you for Christmas. I don't want to set it up.
See, this sounds a lot like the confidence that was coming from the songs yesterday. And how did you fare yesterday?
Sucked out. It was dreadful.
So don't
horrible.
build it up.
Okay.
I don't. Number
Okay.
one, you don't have to get me anything.
I know.
Number two, I don't expect you or want you to spend a lot or go over the top.
Didn't.
So the way that you're talking right now, don't do that.
Best gifts don't cost a lot of money.
Because now I'm second guessing yours.
Don't have to second guess. I'll love whatever you got me. That's just great. I'm just reveling in the fact that finally I came up with something.
You always come up with something.
But think. I mean, last year, the Bluetooth toque, come on, hit it out of the park.
I don't know. No,
So
that's not
good.
fair. You got me a Belleville, City of Belleville sweatshirt, which I love, and my Chargers shirt, which again, I love, and then a bag full of goodies. How did you not hit that out of the park?
Well-
and the Stranger Things sweatshirt. Remember the Stranger Things?
Yeah,
That
because I
too
was
small.
afraid it was
But
too.
the
Yes,
Stranger
I ordered
Things
that,
sweatshirt.
and it's like, no, that's too small. I bought that. The
You
last
buy
one I
was
had
the
was
last
small.
one. You're like, someone spoke to me. I had to buy this for you. I'm like, whoever
And
they
they
were
showed it
speaking.
to
I
Kath.
don't
Is
think
this
it was
gonna?
you.
This will fit Charity, right? She's the smallest person I know. This will
I'm
be able
not.
to. And she went. I don't think so. She's not 9.
Nathan's worn it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
As long as he
Nathan's
enjoys
worn
it.
it.
Yeah,
But yes.
but I bought you all of that stuff, I guess, because
Yes.
one of them had to hit. I don't know which one it was
Oh
going
my
to be.
gosh. They all hit. That's what I mean. I don't know
I think I
why
got
you
it
even
this year.
question it.
I think I got it this year.
See,
It's
I
taken
was
me
pretty
5
proud
years.
last year.
Yes, exactly.
This year, I don't know.
So this year,
We'll see.
take a year off. Let me revel in what I think is
You're
a
not
good gift.
buying yourself anything this week, right? Because we've had that discussion.
No, I'm not going to. But if there's anything to do with books, I was looking at books again today that are on sale. So, Mark, you make me crazy. Why does Mark hate Christmas so much? But I won't. But I want to.
That'll be good.
I really
It'll be
want
good.
to. That'll be great. So
We've
we're
got some
looking forward to
special
that.
guests coming up this week, too, before
Yes.
Friday.
Yes.
Our regulars, MPP Todd Smith and MP Ryan Williams, are set to stop by. So we'll
come
be
by.
chatting with them.
Greetings to constituents.
Mm-hmm.
As we become, it's almost like the Queen's address. We become very formal on the show.
I find Ryan is very formal. Todd's a little
formal.
more loosey-goosey.
Well, he's a radio guy, right?
Yeah,
Even
so
though he's in news,
he
he's a
kind of
radio
knows
guy.
he can relax a little bit, but yeah,
Communicates
we'll have
well.
both of them.
Ryan's a great speaker too. I mean,
He
he's
is.
really
He
great.
is. Like I said, he's just more formal,
Yeah.
more to the point.
Well, Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Well, I appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you for coming in.
Thank
Appreciate
you for coming.
it.
Well, thank you for inviting me. All the best of the holiday season. And now he's going to listen to this and go, tomorrow he's going to come in with like monkeys or something. That's just going to get crazy. Okay.
Yeah, but they
So
both
he's
bring great gifts.
They do.
Talking about gift givers.
Small craft beers and wineries. Thank you. In Prince
I love
Edward
the
County.
T-shirt. I wear my Parliament T-shirt
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. No, I got a Parliament
awesome.
T-shirt over the years, and then he gave, I think I got a toque. And
Gave you a
said,
scarf
"Did I
last
get
year, didn't he?"
scarf? I thought it was the toque, but
Maybe it was
not.
a toque. I know it was. You had the outerwear. And I had the T-shirt.
Right.
I just know I
That's
have the
what it
T-shirt.
was.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get them on the show tomorrow. We also have our final clash of the Christmas classics. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Brenda Lee took us this far, but it looks like Bing's White Christmas is going to take us the rest of the way.
I think we kind of knew that.
Yeah, kind of
Maybe a
guessed.
little bit.
Yeah,
Brenda's had a great season though, and
Good
a great
run.
2023. But it's Bing.
yeah. What are you going to do?
It's you want to talk about a classic Christmas song that not quite as good as Nat King Cole's Christmas song,
Right. If you want to rank them.
but it's definitely up there.
You know what? As I sit here, top of my head,
Mm-hmm.
wasting my time thinking, are we done with the podcast? This strikes me. What if we were to put together the 5 classic songs, put it up on Facebook as well, and ask our listeners to rank them? What's your ranking? If we were to put the Christmas song by Nat King Cole, White
Mm-hmm.
Christmas,
You gotta have Brenda Lee,
Brenda Lee rocking on Christmas, Jingle Bell Rock, Bobby Helms.
and then maybe
then
Burl Ives
Burl
or
Ives, something like that, and say rank them in the order of your favorite. Like, is that worth doing, or is that just a
It
make-work
is. We would
project
just.
of garbage?
I don't think it's a. No, I think it's wonderful. We would then have to play the songs. How would you whittle it down to 5 though? Because I'm thinking
We
you
would
could
just have to
even
say,
put
"These are the
Darlene
5."
Love on there.
Okay, well,
No,
then it's getting to be too much.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, would those be the 5 classics? Because
5 biggest ones. Like,
where's
what
Rudolph?
are the ones?
You wouldn't want Rudolph on there. Would that be the Burl Ives or no? Holly Jolly
It's Gene
Christmas.
Autry. Yeah, Holly Jolly
Okay,
Christmas.
sorry. Yes, Gene Autry was the
Yeah.
other one I was trying to think of.
Rudolph. Anyway.
Because that's a classic too.
Things just
and I
pop
know
in
you
my
don't
head.
like it. I know you don't.
Of all of the ones, that one doesn't do anything for me.
I know. And it's probably been, I have to look it up. I'm wondering if that's not the one that's been redone the most.
I believe it is.
Like covered the most.
There are more versions of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer than any Christmas song ever. That's
a
true.
fact?
That's a fact. Take that to the bank,
So you got it.
Charity.
You would have to include
Back
that.
this year up, Charity. Take
I had a story in the Pulse this morning, and that's what the special is called. Back that year up.
Back that year up. So
and
good.
I just wanted to say that. That's why I included it. But
Okay.
I think that'd be very interesting to see how people felt.
Maybe we'll do it
about those
tomorrow.
songs.
Then when we get
Revisit
all
it on Friday?
and then revisit Friday and let people
I think
go
that's a
and
good idea.
Play
Okay.
some songs. Write that down. This
I'm
is how
gonna
stuff
write that
happens.
down.
Yeah, I know. You think we have
So organic.
Why, if we have 100 writers on the Crack, Mark, and Charity Mornings team, are we doing all this work on our own? Because we actually don't have 100 writers. That's why. We made that up.
Totally random.
Okay, exactly.
Going off the rails here.
Really?
You mentioned this about people working behind the scenes. Okay, I'm gonna mention the Kelseys here. They have a producer for their podcast. Do you know
Yeah.
who their producer is?
Who their producer is?
Yes, for their podcast.
Is it Jason's wife?
No.
Okay.
It's Brandon Lee. Do you know who Brandon Lee is?
Brandon Lee. Bruce Lee's son?
Not
No.
Brandon. I got it right. Brandon Lee. That's Pamela Anderson and what's his name's son?
From Motley Crue?
Yeah.
Tommy.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's their son.
Their son is the producer of the Kelsey Brothers podcast. I learned that this way. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I was thinking about us too when I heard they had a producer. I'm like, oh, they've got a producer for their podcast.
Yeah.
And that's who it is. I just thought that was interesting.
We produce our own podcast. Not making a lot of money. But it's fun, right?
It is fun.
All right, so we'll get that together. Watch for that on Facebook. We'll get it for you tomorrow. And segment 3 of our Pedals for Christmas is up on our website.
Mm-hmm.
And the final section will be going up tomorrow, and then you can read the whole book. Short story. Takes about an hour to read the whole thing.
book.
The whole book with pictures. And then Charity's going to narrate it as an audiobook.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can get that done by Christmas, that'd be great. Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Have a great day today. A Throwback Thursday tomorrow. We'll talk to you then on 95.5 Hits FM.